Hey guys, this is Kaz. We're back here looking at Rock Band 4 character creation. I'm digging the graphics on this game a lot. It's not supposed to be super realistic, it's supposed to be semi-fantasy, and the characters do look better and more polished than they did in the previous version. It seems like there's a lot more movement with like hair bouncing, and just like the lighting and all the details on all the clothes look really good. Starting off, there's not really a good variety of body types. There's just male and female. There's not like skinny and fat, and you can't adjust the proportions, but there's a lot of different face options to choose from. You'll see on the first screen when you first start creating your character, there's not a lot of options to choose from as far as hair and clothes go, but if you set up a very quick version of your character and then head into the Rock Band store afterwards, you'll see there's a lot more options to choose from. What you see here isn't necessarily all you're going to get. There's going to be more stuff unlocked through the game. There's going to be more stuff added later, more features added later. I know they have a patch coming in December. I'm not really sure what's going to be in that yet, but hopefully a lot of these little bug fixes and little features that are missing right now. At this point, all my dudes are super bare bones because I don't have any cash earned yet, but as I start going through career mode, over the next couple weeks, you'll see I'll start unlocking a bunch more shit, and these dudes will have a lot more style to them. Another thing that's kind of weird right now is if you have a male vocalist and a song comes on with a female vocalist, your band members don't rotate like they did in the past games. Like, you wouldn't have one of the females step in to do the female vocalist. You'll have the dude singing like a chick. And that's kind of weird. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews about this. I think it would be awesome if they had an option to set a male vocalist and a female vocalist, and then you can choose whether or not you want to assign the same person to both roles, or if you want to have the girl come in and switch when the girl songs are on. I think that's a reasonable compromise that would keep everybody happy. And you actually have to create a band first before you can start going to the rock shop and buying outfits and that kind of thing. So you want to create a couple characters, create your band. You can assign which character you want to be on which instrument. Unfortunately, right now you can't have created characters as stand-in band members. You can only choose from the preset characters. From what I understand, Harmonix is working on this to get this in, so eventually you will be able to have a band made up of all of your own custom dudes like in the past games. They know people want, so it's in the works. I think they did an awesome job on all the clothes. Like, the textures on these outfits look really good. There's a lot of fine detail put into them. There's a lot of cool headpieces, like this crazy crow headpiece looks pretty wicked. And once you start browsing clothes, keep in mind you'll be able to change multiple colors on whatever article of clothing you choose to buy. So if you see, a jacket over a shirt or something like that, you'll be able to change all those colors individually. I think they did a pretty good job, and I'm sure as you progress through career mode or tour mode, you start unlocking more and more stuff. So I don't think this is the final list of what's available, what we're seeing right here. I plan to upload some live performances here pretty soon. I've never done any rock band videos before, but my buddy comes over all the time and we rock out pretty much every weekend. We've been doing it since Rock Band 3. So we'll definitely be uploading some videos for you guys to check out. We do play a lot of metal, so if you're particularly interested in that, make sure you subscribe. And feel free to ask any questions below if I missed anything or I skipped over anything. Cool, thanks for watching, guys.